Dollar Tree now has an eco-friendly section on their website, and I was really drawn to these pencil organizers. I picked up 3 at my Dollar Tree. I wanted to create an organizer that I could set out on my desk, so I started by removing all of the plastic on the organizers. Now, Dollar Tree also has materials that you can use with your Cricut, and they have this faux leather material. So I'm gonna use the one in the black faux leather. I started by figuring out exactly where I wanted to add my leather. I'm going to fold the leather over, and then I'm gonna cut on that line as straight as possible. Now, I went ahead and tried to wrap it around my organizer and realized I didn't have enough space to cover the entire thing on the back. So I cut an additional piece that I could put on the back. Then I hot glued all 3 of them together so that they sat nicely in a row. I started by hot gluing my piece on the sides. I didn't add any hot glue to the front because I felt like it would look nicer and I wouldn't see that hot glue mark on the front. Then when I got to the back, I added in my filler piece on the back with some hot glue, and then I wrapped it around, making sure that my leather was at the same level on the back. Once I was done hot gluing, if I had any extra pieces I needed to cut off at the bottom, I just cut those off. And then I filled this with some markers that I could leave out on my desk. So next I'm going to show you how I created this really minimal wreath that's perfect for this time of year. So I'm going to be using a wreath form from Dollar Tree. You can get these at most stores. I also picked up a bundle of wool off of Amazon, and I'll link it for you down in the description box. I opened up the package and I'm going to cut 2 strips to go around my wreath. So I roughly put it around the wreath. I made sure it went about 6 inches past my wreath. And then I did 2 pieces that I could double up. So I'm gonna start at the top of my wreath, and I picked a color that matched my wool. So I got out some yarn that was kind of an ivory cream color. And I'm gonna cut off a piece of that, and I'm gonna tie it so that my wool is attached to the top of my wreath. I did a triple knot on the back of all of my pieces of yarn. So once I had it tied in place, I just cut off any excess. And really when I'm done with this, you're not even gonna be able to see the yarn that I put on there. So then I roughly measured this. I did not measure it exactly because I wanted this wreath to look very natural. I'm gonna cut off another piece of my yarn. I'm gonna go down about 3 inches. That's about how far I put them apart. And I'm going to tie some yarn, making my wool a little bit scrunched up. I wanted it to look kind of like a ball on each of my little sections. And I'm going to tie the yarn in the back, cutting off the excess. I'm going to repeat those steps going all the way around my wreath, making it about 3-inch sections. Now, once I got to the top of my wreath, I had to figure out, okay, how am I going to make this look continual? So what I decided to do was actually take the yarn, cut off excess, leaving about 2 inches, and I tucked it underneath, and I decided to just hot glue it in place. So I had the appearance of that ball shape that I had all the way around, but you wouldn't be able to see where I tied off any excess. And here's a look at how my wreath turned out on my wall. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.